Okay guys, I know sixes are a tough block, and I like that you guys isolated the sixes. Sorry, just backed up on me. I know you guys isolated the sixes. I always recommend putting a random in between because it allows everyone to take a breather and reset. Okay, so I would have done M6, J6, you know, depending if you want to stand still build for some people or if you want some movement into the build. Sometimes it's harder to go from a static start into a block than it is from a stationary build, but still, anyways, put a random in there, okay? Sixes are tough, right? Sixes are tough, especially unsupervised. So you guys did pretty good in that sense. Good job for tackling it. All right, so Eugenie, you and Dan are not on the same heading. Your head has gone this direction, and then we've got Dan's straight, so that's pretty good. I'll give Dan that. Dan, make sure you're taking a high grip on the point. Keeps this distance in the middle smaller, right? Because you have to travel to the other side. If you're further back and you have a lower grip on Jaden here, you just have to travel more to get to the other side because you're swapping places with Eugenie here for your first part of the move, okay? This grip, the key to this back piece working and to keep your hip from going straight across, we need to think about taking this grip to the corner, okay, to the left. If not, your hip, Dan, is gonna go underneath them. You're gonna try and go straight, and if you just take this grip straight this way, your hip's naturally gonna fall on their side of the formation. Okay, so key tip, pro tip, take this grip that you and Olivia have to the left corner. Okay, so Olivia is backing up. We can't have that, right? So Olivia, you want to think about helping get that grip to this corner here. Right now you're kind of short leashing Dan. Okay, so that's gonna cause Eugenie to go over you. We're gonna have a verbal situation on our hands here. Don't worry, front piece, I'll tackle you next. Okay, so that's the biggest takeaway on the 6 for the back piece. Your center point, Olivia, cannot go backwards under no circumstances. Okay, so you can think about taking this left shoulder out because we want to have you guys end up being parallel to each other, right? Side by side picture as we take this grip to this corner, okay? I'll erase these lines, we'll start fresh here, okay? So when you have a good build timing technique, Dan's gonna take a high grip on Jaden here. Jaden, you're gonna make sure that your hip is not far away from Dan either, right? So see how big this space is? We could definitely make it a little, the distance between point and tail a little more narrow. And then legs out, Eugenie, right? You wanna be leaning into the build. Same with Dan, you guys are kind of pressing forward at the start. And then Eugenie, we gotta go straight across, okay? Straight across. And then as this is happening, pressurize those legs, Jaden, so we're not backing up and pulling Eugenie away. Okay, so your hips have traveled in the negative direction. Everyone's center point on the first part of the move, except the centers, stays where it remains. So point and tail, your center point does not translate on the first part of the move. It needs to stay put. Good job flying the pieces back together. That's a good skill to have, especially for a new team. So nice job, guys. All right, so we pretty much have the same tendencies on all the reps. We'll give another breakdown here. Okay, so this is definitely a better build. Woo, we love good builds. All right, so Eugenie, you're gonna go over here, and Dan's gonna go over here. This grip needs to go to this corner. This grip needs to go over here. Okay, this grip can actually travel straight, all right, because of the configuration you guys are in. It's easy for this grip to go straight without Eugenie losing his hip because you're in that open accordion picture with each other, right? And you guys should have a double grip. Okay, so Jaden, you want to help get this grip across and down the line. So if you back up here, you're actually preventing Eugenie from getting there. Eugenie, you want to fly straight across and then stop on the other side. Okay, so this grip doesn't translate at all. We need that. Both grips need to translate. Again, good job flying the pieces back together, but I can see there's a lot of tension on both pieces' grips. Okay. Translate. Translate. Okay, so we're lacking the translation with both the front and the back piece. I'm gonna say it one more time here. Okay, better build. Okay, so first move, Yugini is gonna get straight across here, and then he's going to anchor himself on the other side. Okay, so you're gonna end up in this picture. Yugini, that's your body. And then Jaden is gonna help get this grip down here, but his center point isn't translating. Okay, so we're gonna get this grip to this corner, this grip to this corner, and then it's point and tail's turn to go through the center, to cross through the center. All right, so there's no translation. There's no way for the second move to really happen if we don't have the first move. I hope that makes sense. We can walk it together and we can talk about it more in person when I see you guys, so we understand. I like that we're looking. There's definitely some good communication happening, because we're able to make the closes happen even though we're not quite doing the right block.